Play the hit mobile game Dragon Ball Legends, what's the first thought that comes to your mind? Yeah, exactly. It's annoying because PvP is ass, as they say. Now, I'm going to change that today. I recently got a suggestion on Twitter. Shout out to Saiyan King for the suggestion. He said we should do a PvP guide as a beginner's guide or veteran or intermediate guide to showcase how exactly I play PvP. And this is for players that don't get into God rank like me. This is for players that maintain a top rank 2 to 3k easily every season without even trying. This guide is for players that have jobs, that work, that don't have time to play, but they still want to get some chrono crystals. This is what this guide's for. And I'm going to have 4 main Dragon Ball Legends PvP tips to help you guys get through this. So stay tuned, I got some awesome stuff planned. This is the first guide, so if you have any criticism, please do leave down some comments. I love getting roasted, I need that because it helps my views, it helps the channel, and at the same time it helps me make better videos for you guys. And I'm hoping my videos are improving, and likewise I hope that we get to 1,000 subs soon, guys. We're almost there, well, at least a quarter way there. So without further ado, let's jump into some tips and tricks. Okay, so the first tip I got for you guys is known as the fake float. You make like you float forward, and your opponent normally will sidestep or move back. The moment they do that, I would advise you to go straight for an offensive attack. So you can only do this in the start of the battle because it is for you to gain the middle ground and priority. Once you fake float and they sidestep, you attack. In most cases you will miss, and once you've done missing, it's okay. What you need to do then is you need to basically bait out the perfect vanish by standing still for a second, and your opponent will most likely forfeit. So yeah guys, stand still for a second and you'll gain a perfect vanish or a vanish, and this is how you gain priority in most matches. However, this technique will only work when initiating the first attack when the game starts, because most opponents will get used to this as the game goes on. Moving on to the second technique. So this technique involves you using your special move, which is your green card, which has an animation. This will allow you to then go into a quick attack and then follow that up with a tap attack. So I'm going to call this the green quick attack tap. Yeah, I know, it's a mouthful, but if you guys have a better name, let me know. So what you need to do is you start off with your green card from long range, then afterwards you flick forward with your finger and you'll be able to get close to your opponent. Then you stand still for a split second, and as soon as your opponent makes a move which is either a sidestep or they try to blast attack you, as you can see in the video, you follow it up with a tap attack. This will allow you to take away your opponent's ki. They will have less ki than you, and you will have the advantage as well in terms of having more ki and also having the middle ground in the match. Okay, let's move on to the next tip. Tip number 3. Okay, so this tip involves baiting out a sidestep by first vanishing and waiting for a few seconds. Sometimes you'll be able to get 2 sidesteps out of your opponent depending on how jumpy they are. So if they sidestep once, you need to attack immediately, and then you need to switch to a unit that has a advantage in terms of damage. So in this case, I would switch to Beast Gohan and use my special move, which is my blue card. So the objective here is to get close to your opponent. After you vanish, stand still and wait. Once they sidestep, you attack them and immediately switch to your best unit for damage. This will allow you to use that unit's blue card and do insane amounts of damage to your opponent, as you can see in this screenshot. So this is something you need to practice mid-range as well as long range, and it works better with Blast Art. Alright, so Blast Armor is tip number 3, and this tip here is very important because using Blast Armor correctly can win you matches. What you have to do is you first have to wait for your opponent to use a quick time event like a main ability, as 17 did in this video, or an ability like a green card that allows them to stop time and have an animation. The moment they do that, they're most likely going to attack you because they think you're going to attack them first. So what you have to do is you have to float around for about a minute, not a minute, for a few seconds, sorry. And once you've done floating around for a few seconds, you'll notice that your opponent will attack you because they think they got priority. And the moment they do that, you can go straight with a strike art if your unit has blast armor, and you'll be able to get right through their blast and this will allow you to gain priority as well and continue your combo, which is exactly what you want to do. Okay, let's move on to the next tip then, which is a very important tip, and the next tip is going to be this tip and prolonging your combos combined. So with Blast Armor you can prolong your combo as well as soon as you gain priority, which I'm going to show you now. Alright, so once you've gained priority by following the last few tips, you need to prolong your combo as long as possible to gain the most damage output and to allow you to gain priority in terms of your opponent switching units constantly. So if you can get your opponent to switch units, you basically take away that ability from them, and as long as the match goes on, they may not be able to switch later on in the match. So what you have to do is you have to basically start a combo, and how you start the combo is you start off with the strike odds. So you start off with the strike odds, you move forward on your screen as you can see, and then you sidestep. Once you've done that, you click on another strike odds at the same time. This will allow you to do another combo and also gain a little bit amounts of key. So let's do it again. You first you start off with the strike odds, you move forward on your screen, then you sidestep and you go into another strike odds. This will allow you to gain key and also continue your combo, as you can see Beast Gohan is currently doing. You can also chain this with blast arts as well, but I would only chain it with the blast arts after you use 2 strike arts. So as you can see against Kefla, we use a strike arts, we sidestep, we go into another strike arts, and then we're going to move forward again on the screen so that Beast Gohan can get close. We sidestep or we step charge. Now in this case I step charge because I wanted to use another strike arts and then use a blast arts as well, as you can see. You can also chain this with a special move like a green card that allows you to gain key or allows you to gain priority, which is what I do in this as well. So the way to learn this is to start off with a strike, move close, sidestep, go into another strike, move close, sidestep, use a blast art, then you step charge, go into a green card like how we're doing here, and then continue your combo with another strike. This is the pivotal point of PvP. If you can master this, you can basically win matches easily. Okay, let's move on to the last tip. Alright, so the last tip is basically a time stop ability, or time stop attack is what I call it. So this is when you start a match, you basically press your green card or in the middle of a match as soon as you think your opponent is going to attack you. This will allow you to get an exclamation mark on your screen, which will tell you or inform you that your opponent is moving towards you, and you can basically counter them with your blue card. This only works if you have a special move that allows you to kill your opponent or finish them off, or if you have an ultimate move that you want to use through a main ability. So main abilities, green cards, are all known as time stop abilities. So if you can master the art of using them at the right time, as soon as you think your opponent is going to attack you, you will get this exclamation. And I would advise everyone to do this from mid-range, because you will be able to seduce or deduce a attack coming through a tackle, through a strike, through a blast, or even through their own special move. If you do this from long range, it's going to be more difficult because you won't be able to see if it's a tap attack. So mid-range is better. Now, it works with any unit that allows them to use a green card that pushes back the opponent, or a green card that stops time and gives you another card that you can continue your combo with. So if you can master this as well, you will gain a lot from this in terms of doing damage as well as gaining priority. So this is the last tip, guys, I want you guys to practice on, and once you master these 4 tips that I've said today, you will be able to get better at PvP. Just watch these videos over and over and see how I play or what buttons I press. If you guys have any criticism in regards to this PvP guide, as it is my first, please don't hesitate to let me know down in the comments, as it does help me make better content and make better PvP guides in the future. So yeah guys, that is a wrap of the tips for today in this PvP guide. I hope you guys learned something, and I'm going to have a summary of all 5 tips or all 4 tips at the end of this video. As always, if you do enjoy this sort of content, please do leave a like, subscribe and follow, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Cheers.